And good morning, everybody. It is Fabulous Friday featuring Adam Geheb. And Adam, today we're going to be talking about business, about reinventing ourselves, and you've got something rather interesting to add to the mix. So, Adam, what is your view on reinventing ourselves as business owners?
So, first of all, Claudia, thank you very much for having me. Second of all, this is such a fun topic because, let's be honest, life goes through cyclical patterns, right? Businesses go through cyclical patterns. It's very easy for us all, either in the personal or the professional life, to get stuck in ruts and you just continue doing the same thing. And I don't know how many people you talk to, but I hear the same thing over and over again. Well, this is the way we've always done it.
Yeah.
This is just how things function. And when we kind of bring this into the viewpoint of reinvention, when you don't reinvent yourself, what happens? You make the same types of choices, you get the same outcomes. That stagnation or that flat growth that you feel and that kind of keeps you up at night, guess what? That perpetuates. So reinvention is not this novel idea, but in the business sense, I'm going to say, Claudia, it's a necessity.
Okay.
And if you're not continuously reinventing, learning from the people around you, the outcomes that you've helped drive or have had happen to you, and then morphing and figuring out ways to adapt to those situations, then someone else is. So you're being left behind. So to me, reinvention is a necessity that every single business owner must have at the top of mind, because if not, you're going to plateau and stay there. And if you plateau, eventually there's nowhere to go but where? Down.
Yeah, down.
And that's the scary part.
Yeah. And you're right. When you plateau, you also become very samey, the same as everybody else. You're not very interesting. It's like, and if you don't do it, somebody else will. So yeah. So I know that you've been reinventing yourself. You've got something new to add to the mix. Tell us about it.
Okay. So last 2+ years, business executive coach, great time, helping a ton of clients. Love it. As you are aware, about a year ago, I also started co-founding an air-gapped AI analytics firm. And that's a lot of A's. So what that really means is everyone's aware of ChatGPT, Grok, Gemini, Perplexity, Claude, all of those fun things, right? But where does your data go when you put things up there? Well, no one knows. Well, I know, right? It goes to those big firms, and they go house and mine and sell all of that data. So, I started thinking about this, going, all right, well, what do businesses use? Not everyone has multi-millions in dollars. These huge IT teams, they can't build their own data warehouses and server farms, and they certainly don't have the ability to have 10, 15, 20 people build, maintain, run, and operate all the analytics so that they can get the most out of what's right in front of them, their data. So my partner and I, Joseph Williams, started Social Evil. Yeah, that's right. That's what we called it, social-evil, because everyone's scared of social media and AI is evil. So you know what? Let's lean in instead of lean away from it. And great conversation starter.
Embrace it.
Yes, ma'am. So long story short, we offer air-gapped AI analytics capabilities to the masses. Since we build, run, and maintain all of our own hardware and software solutions, I can do, project-based work at fractions of a penny of what it would cost for someone to do this stuff with, one of the big cloud providers. And, I'm really excited because we just launched a new product in January called FinHealth AI, which basically is now taking 6 variations or reports from anyone's business numbers, right? All of your financials, it's your P&L, your balance sheet, your cash flow, your AR, your AP, your sales inventory, all of these reports that we can get from QuickBooks or similar accounting firms. Super simple. Well, we're now taking these, Claudia, and we're doing a financial health analysis report. So 50+ pages of basically how you've ran and operated your organization through a look back of the last 2-year window. And we're giving you concrete examples on things to correct, things that you should look at in the next 0 to 6 or 6 to 12 months. We're taking that historical view of your data and your financials, and turning them into a predictive way for you to increase and to grow the overall business and organization using something that's yours, your data, your input, your analysis.
That's brilliant. So what you're saying is it's so their information,
Yes,
and
ma'am.
you're showing them that where the gaps are.
That's right.
Maybe
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
where they might, and actually going back to that reinventing thing, that, oh look, you're plateauing.
So
Now, and you're on
yeah.
the trajectory to dip.
I love how you just tied that back in, because it goes really well with reinvention. When you take a sample size of roughly 2 years, that's a pretty good chunk to see systemic decision-making trends, right? They are going to be there, and they're going to be year after year after year. And unless you're cognizant of those trends and you're cognizant of the impact that those trends and those decisions have on the bottom line, your hard financial analysis, guess what? You're going to make them over and over again. So to tie this back into reinvention, I think that this product right now is offering the capability to basically take a level step back and let's reevaluate where this business is. Perfect time of year right now to think about your goal setting and all those other coachy objective stuff. Now you have your historical view, you got your forward thinking goal view. Let's blend them and let's actually build you an action plan that is going to have hardline impact on those things that you want the most. Because everyone tells me, I want numbers, I want profit, I want revenue. Great. So let's use those numbers to help drive the decisions and actions that are going to get you increases in those key KPIs that you want. AKA, let's reinvent.
Yeah, I know. And I am grateful to you, Adam, actually, because when I first told you that I was doing a comedy stage hypnosis, I don't know, I was kind of thinking, oh, is he going to say, what on earth are you doing that for? And you didn't. You literally just went, well done.
This is amazing. See, but any good coach, any good person who has the ability and spends their time identifying key traits in people and learning how to, and pushing them to exacerbate those and bring those out, they should have, or I hopefully would have done the same thing. But this is called encouragement. This is called looking at you, knowing your business, having the conversations that you and I have, and then identifying that there's more you want to do. There's more that you can provide. And let's get over some of those biggest inhibitors, which is awareness, right?
Yeah.
Getting you out there, getting you visible, getting people to understand the knowledge and capability that you have and bring those methodologies forward. Now, we're doing it in a little bit of a more abstract way in terms of comedy, but the outcome is still there. The proof point is still there. And I am wholeheartedly applauding you for going out and doing this, because you're doing the exact same thing that we started this conversation talking about. Reinventing what it is to use hypnosis as a means to help people. And now you're just expanding the capability of how you get that messaging in front of your audience, your prospects, your clients, etc. So bravo, lady. Bravo.
Thank you. And I'm having fun at the same time. So there you go. Because you're right. I have been helping people with a lot of serious issues. Yet so much humor is in my sessions.
Yeah.
And I just thought, well, I can do this. And I don't mind saying I'm right outside of my comfort zone when I'm doing this, but that's also called stretching ourselves, isn't it?
It is.
You
learn the most about yourself when you're uncomfortable and you're forced to do things that you don't feel like you can do. What is the biggest inhibitor that we all have within our daily lives? It's self-doubt, it's fear, all of these things that you deal with through your practice, right? So if we can take those same self-doubts and those same fears, and we can put ourselves right on the cusp of where we feel comfortable or not, what we're really doing is giving ourselves personal accountability and challenging ourselves to take that next step. Because as we all know, Claudia, the hardest step to take in any journey, the first one.
Yeah, always.
Always.
Yeah.
So Make it easy.
I
Right?
mean, it's so true. So it's like, and I say to my clients, because they do, oh, I can't. Actually, you can. So I always like to show people, actually, you can. You can feel the fear and do it anyway. And there is a book on that, Susan Jeffers. And it was one of the most profound books I've read. I was in my 20s when I read that. And it was like, all the light bulbs went on inside me. And I just went, yeah, I can.
So you know how most people say, get comfortable being uncomfortable. I love the phrase, but I think it's so cliche and overused, but it really fits perfectly with what we're talking about here is your strengths and weaknesses as a person, as a human, etc. What do we typically try to do in life? We try to exacerbate our strengths and hide or mitigate our weaknesses. When you get comfortable riding that cusp of, I know, I don't know, I'm an expert, I'm a fake, and you're trying to figure out and continue to push yourself, what you're actually doing is making yourself comfortable with exactly that phrase that I just said I hated, with being uncomfortable. Great things come when you challenge yourself, your perspective, and more importantly, Claudia, when you challenge the perspective of others around you, because that's when true innovation happens. So reinvention is at the cusp of this.
Mm-hmm. I love it, Adam. And so tell me more about what that felt like for you when you started this new business and choosing that name Evil. What was that like?
All right. So really quick 30-second story, because I'm a child of the 80s. One of my favorite movies of all time still is Spaceballs. I know. I love spoofs. Everyone else is like Star Wars, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, no, Spaceballs. Why? Because it just made fun of something that was so huge and impactful. And it was like, I'm going to do this my way. And here's the reality of me. And those that know me well know that I do things my way. I'm unabashedly me, unapologetically sometimes, good or bad. I get it. I understand, but it's me. And we spend so much of our careers trying to conform to what society wants, what the company wants, what the company messaging wants. When you first step out from corporate and you go off on your own, you try to be everything to everyone.
Yeah.
Right. You're so scared to step outside of that comfort zone that you want to take every client and you want to market to everyone and you want all the things, because you think by closing yourself down and niching down, you're closing yourself off. But in actuality, when you market to everyone, you market to no one, right? So the social evil thing was, A, it's my love of kind of spoofing things that everyone else thinks is mainstream. But B, once again, lean into something that scares you. Being uncomfortable with it. AI is coming, right? Yeah. It's not coming. It's here. And, people are worried about jobs disappearing. Okay, jobs are shifting, but learn how to leverage the tools to increase your efficiency and your capacity in the business rather than be scared of them and step away. So we started Social Evil to basically help people embrace and bring the capabilities that a lot of inhibitors to that is money, right? Bring it down to a point where anyone can use it. So the base question, why did we start it? It was out of necessity. I was seeing things within my coaching practice that I was delivering to clients in terms of value, whether it be helping them network, whether it be financial audit reviews and things of that nature. And I was like, man, this is a lot of work. And because of that work, the costs were going up, right? And so the ability for me to impact a client's life and a client's business in a positive manner was decreasing, right? So now we have increasing costs, increasing time investment, decreasing value add, because I'm not reaching nearly as many clients because the prices have to go up because of my time investment. So what do we do about it? We automated it. We used the air-gapped AI cluster. And here's what that truly means, Claudia. When data goes into this cluster and we execute, the data stops. It never leaves. There is no internet connection from that cluster. So your data does not get back out. When we are done processing and running, there's a complete wipe of the entire system. You were never there. Your data was never there. The project was never there. It basically starts from scratch every single time we fire that thing up. So it's extremely security centric, but it allows me to run workloads like sensitive financial data, sensitive personal information data, anything like that. I can run with 100% confidence, knowing that your data remains yours and you get the value from it. So all of this was started based on client need. See a need, fill a need, solve a need. I just happen to do it via AI automated systems in a entirely secure manner because I want my stuff to remain what? Mine.
Yes. And so it is yours. So Adam, tell us more about the benefits of somebody using this in their business. Because you mentioned it's like less time for you. So what else does that mean for them?
Less time for me means more time to focus on the bigger picture, more time to focus on multiple areas of influence. When you get this level of clarity that you can identify after going through one of these reviews, it lets you see, let's call it 75 points of areas of focus. Then you and I are doing much more one-on-one of, okay, what's adding the biggest bang for our buck? What is our highest priority? Let's lay out a plan for you, the owner, a plan for your GM or manager. Let's lay out a plan for your sales team, and let's start attacking this from multiple points, right? You end up being able to tackle more because you can see the impacts or influence that some additional attention in multiple areas can have on the overall bottom line. Having that ability from, let's say, the beginning of the year as a kind of baseline stepping stone moving forward is immensely powerful for clients because they're no longer guessing, right?
Okay.
You're not guessing. You are confident in your decisions. You're confident in the areas of influence. You're confident on who you're assigning to do the work. You can do a rerun, a checkpoint in 3 months after first quarter, because guess what? You better see an impact on those key metrics and numbers that were giving you pause, at the beginning of that given year. So the metrics, the KPIs, your ability to evaluate success is already rolled into your operations. And guess what? Your operations are tied to your numbers. Like it's this self-fulfilling prophecy or cycle. It's beautiful, it's easy, it's affordable, and most importantly, it's something that we can all have value and gain knowledge from.
Yeah,
I love it.
Yeah, because everything's data, isn't it?
Data's king.
Yeah,
or queen.
Yeah, my husband always says that. He does it for me. I'm not a spreadsheet person. I look at it and
listen, we can go back and make fun of the hair club, commercials. I'm not only a president, I'm also a client. I use this same type of solution for both of my businesses, right? We do our own financial analysis. I just got done doing this last week. It's like, let's rerun our own data and let's see how we went and changed from 3 months ago. And it's like, it's fascinating because when you start to see that the things that you're spending your time and energy on are panning out, right? They are increasing or decreasing a number that has given you pause. It reinvigorates your wanting or your capability of going out and doing more of it, right? So it's validation. We all need the validation that what we're doing is the right thing to do, whether it's stagnation and we want to continue and just keep doing it, or we want to be bold and we want to reinvent. We want to push the envelope and we want to make ourselves better. We have to know where we're currently at and what our baseline is. And that, Claudia, is kind of what I feel the biggest value is from going down this given path.
Yeah, great. And I also believe it all starts with getting curious.
Of course.
Asking those questions.
Instead
of just being settling.
I think when we talk about financials and numbers and figures, this scares a lot of people. And so it's really easy to go into ostrich mode. Yeah. Right? The head in the sand and, I'll let my accountant deal with that. Well, the whole accountants and bookkeepers, they see these types of trends. They do. And they'll give you blunt feedback. Claudia, we should really talk about X, Y, Z. Yep, great. I love that. Thank you. I totally appreciate it. You're going to leave that meeting and you're going to walk away, and guess what you're going to do with it? Nothing. So now you frustrated your accountant, your bookkeeper. They're like, I'm providing you value, but they don't have the ability to push this forward to the end line. And now if those types of people were able to utilize this same type of solution, it's step by step, right?
Yeah.
It increases the communication amongst your accountants, your bookkeepers, your business owners, people like me, your coaches, your consultants, and it cements that bond and gets everyone on the same page. When your entire back-end business team is all aligned with the direction, the purpose, what's happening, how we're going to measure it, where do you think that leads to in terms of results?
Yeah, the trajectory is just, onwards and upwards. Yeah.
I mean, I'd love to keep here in, opining and waxing poetic, but the results are just there. The concepts are there. It makes too much sense. Common sense is not common, but this should be hitting us all like a sledgehammer. Like, just do it.
Yeah. No, I agree. And then, so Adam, how does somebody get in touch with you to work with you? You're going to give me your links or telephone number so that people can call you to
Absolutely. So easiest way, because it's universal for all, is grab me on LinkedIn, Adam Geheb. You can call me or text me at 919-410-8881. Or I can be reached at ageheb@focalpointcoaching.com.
Brilliant. Yeah.
Pretty easy.
Yeah. No, because I mean, and you're fun, you're nice to work with, but you won't bull crap people,
Oh, you lie to me so well.
So anyway, thank you for watching, everybody, and you can get in touch with me or Adam for anything that you need to work with. So it's goodbye from me, Claudia Rickard, and it's goodbye from my guest, Adam. So take care, everybody. Thanks for watching.